Hello everyone! Today we're going to be revisiting the Mancunian Cycle Company bike from a previous video. We're going to be doing a little restoration and hopefully converting it into a mini path racer. From my research, this tiny bike, which has a 40cm seat tube, was made in England in the 1940s or 50s for a juvenile boy. Everything on it was made in England except the plastic saddle and grips, which I'll be replacing today. It's got a nice Perry coaster brake on the back and a Brompton front hub laced to Dunlop rims. Here's what I'm hoping the bike will look like when I'm done. An old-time racing style bike that can also be used on the road. Here's another shot of the bike as found. The tires were really shot and the seat post was cut down, so I couldn't get any leg extension at all. So up on the stand it goes, and the first thing I'm replacing is the tires. While this may seem like no big deal, these 24-inch wheels had very specific tire requirements. These wheels needed 24 by 1 3/8 inch tires, but not any tires. They needed British EA5 tires. After checking with some of the folks on the Cabe, a helpful gentleman pointed out the late great Sheldon Brown's website, where it said that this size tire was used for British juvenile bikes, Japanese women's utility bikes, and in the US, wheelchair tires. A quick check online of wheelchair supply stores found that they were plentiful and pretty cheap. When I removed the old tires, the back wheel, which had a very deteriorated rubber rim strip on it, was in pretty good shape, but the front wheel had an ancient cotton rim strip on it. I've never seen anything like this before. It's very light cotton with a metal head on the end. Unfortunately, the cotton held any moisture it came in contact with, and the rust on the rim was a result. I used some metal polish to remove most of the active rust, and here's the front rim a lot more presentable. I put some new rim tape on, and boy, the spoke screw heads on the inside of the rims were really sharp, so hopefully this tape will hold up. Shiny new rim tape, all ready to protect those tubes from those sharp heads on those spoke nipples. Fingers crossed. The new tires fit the rims like a dream, with no mounting issues at all. The original plastic grips were replaced with a nice pair of oak grips sourced off Etsy from Valentino, an Italian maker of all sorts of wooden bike parts. He does really nice work. A proper leather saddle goes atop the new, much longer seat post, and I had an old Brooks saddlebag lying around that looks like it belongs on this bike. The bike also had an old San Jose license plate on it when I found it, so that goes back on the bike. I used Velcro, not very authentic, but it'll have to do until I find something more appropriate. So, here's a before photo of the bike as found, and drum roll please. Here is the transformed mini path racer. It's hard to tell just how small this bike is by the photos, but here I am on the bike looking like I'm 8 feet tall when I'm only about 5'11". Now to lube the chain, something that probably hasn't been done in about 70 years on this bike. So now that it's done, let's take it for a little ride around the park and put it through its paces. Even though I rode coaster brakes through most of my childhood, I was really out of practice. Having your foot in just the right place is tricky, and the brake was more of a slower than a stopper. Thanks for watching, everyone, as we converted this boy's bike into a mini path racer. We will see you next time. Bye-bye.